is my first tutorial. I'm going to be doing just kind of a fun makeup look, I guess, that I do quite often, using a little bit more color than I normally use. So let's get started. First, I'm going to be using my Olay Complete Sensitive Skin Moisturizer. Looks like that. Just take some, rub it on my skin, rub it in. And I do it in sections because my face gets really dry. I do this in sections, like on my cheeks, and then I move down to my chin, and then my nose, and I go to the temples, and I just work all the way around my face till I get to the top. And then just rub that in. Make sure I get it full coverage going on. So next, what I do is I am using my Smashbox Try It Kit. The first thing I will be using for this is the Photo Finish Foundation Primer. But before I do that, I'm actually going to take my Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and I'm going to put that on. I use little tiny bits, like that much, and it covers the whole area of my face because it's very, very oily. It has kind of an oily texture, but it doesn't make your skin look oily. It actually probably adds more matte look to your face, but you can't really tell right now because I got like a total camera in my face with lighting and everything. So I just put this on, kind of like my moisturizer. Put it all over my face, underneath my eyes, just all over, so I get full coverage. And then before this will go on, okay, there we go. Before I do my foundation, I always apply my BB cream from Maybelline. It is in the color Light Sheer because I am extremely fair, and anything darker than like ivory or classic ivory makes me look like I have orange skin. And so I'm trying to avoid that and use light things so my face doesn't look like I got a total bronzed face. Just my face. Actually, one time I bought foundation and it was 2 shades too dark, and I didn't notice it because the light in my room wasn't that great. So I went to school looking like it was just awful. I had orange skin all day. And no one told me, of course, till I got home, and I was like, oh my god, look at my skin. Now I'm going to use my Photo Finish Foundation Primer from Smashbox. This is the little, I guess you could say, sample, because it comes from the Try It kit. I use little bits of this because this also has more of a oily texture to it. It does not make your skin oily. Oh, I don't think it does, but it use little bits just because it is something that gets a lot of coverage in this little amount, and I like to use this quite a lot. I normally use it before, like, I go to special occasions. I don't normally use it too often, that's why it's like almost still full, but I do like to use it on occasion when I feel like I'm gonna look really nice today, so that's what I do. So my foundation is Rimmel London Stay Matte Mousse Foundation, and it is in the shade Light Porcelain. So I use that, and I normally use a brush for this, but I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to use my fingers, because what better way to get makeup on than with your fingers. And this feels like clay to me. Like, this is like face clay almost. Just like the texture of it. and it's not too thick. It's a little thicker than what I'm used to using. However, it gets full coverage, and you can definitely tell the difference from this side of my face to this side of my face. You can definitely see there's like a line going on in the middle of my face right now, but that's a little too much on my forehead, but it'll be okay. I put it on over my eyelids, right above my eyebrows, my temples, the sides of my face. I have like a shadow from my bangs, so it looks like I missed a spot, but I really didn't. And then I just rub this in all over until I feel as if I have the best coverage. And I like to kind of go a little bit underneath my jaw just so it blends in with my natural skin tone. And I go to go closer to my ear with this just so it also blends in more with my natural skin tone. The cap does not want to go on. So that is that. Next I'm going to use my bronzer, which is Maybelline Dream Sun in 120 Matte Light, which is still really dark. You can't really tell, but this is extremely dark compared to my own skin. So I have to use little bits of it. I have my bronzing brush, and I just dab some on right there. An outline will shadow my cheekbones. I make this really pretty face when I do it, just to, make myself feel pretty good. And then I sometimes do my temples, just like a little, and my forehead a little, just a little. And then jawline, just a slight. Of course, I then rub it in because I'm so fair that this makes my skin look abnormally dark. So can't really tell because the lighting is really awful in here. I need to get a new, I'm using my laptop for one, and I need to get better lighting, but this is the best lighting I could find, so bear with me, I guess. And then next I use Makeup Forever HD High Definition Powder from Sephora. Yeah. And then with this, kind of shake it to get some up. I'm using my Sephora powder brush, and I just get some in there. It's like powder going everywhere. And I just blot it on my face. Because this brush gets bristles everywhere. And so if I rub it, like, instead of blotting, I get bristles all over my face. You can't even, like, see, but I feel like there are, like, bristles all over the place. I'll probably have to fix that later. Like, if I do this, there's probably gonna be, I got it on my mouth. No, I didn't. I don't know. Okay. I think I just swallowed one. That was gross. Okay. Now that that's done, I then apply my powder, which this is in light. This is Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in light or 1. And I don't like to use these because they're just really not that cool. However, I am going to take some of the powder from it. Just kind of like use my brush. I do the swirls. I don't know what you call it, but I do like a swirly kind of motion with this, just so I get full coverage all over my face and under my jaw and around my ears and all over the place. Every nook and cranny on my face. Alright, so now that that's done, I probably have bristles all over the place, but this camera is really bad, so you can't even tell. But I'm just gonna go with it. So now that I'm done with my face, I'm actually just gonna grab my kabuki brush real quick, just kind of blend in a little more of the bronzer, just to make sure that I got it nice and blended in. See, there are bristles all over. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to move on to my favorite part of my face, my eyes. Okay, that was a little much. I didn't really need that. So what I'm going to do is I always do eyeliner like last before mascara, just because it gets really messy when you put on eyeshadow and stuff. So for this look, I'm going to be using I'm using an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, an angled Studio Basics eyeshadow brush, my Sephora selected eyeshadow colors. This is a navy. Hey, there's me in the camera. This is a navy kind of color. And this is like a sea green kind of color. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I think I'm going to use the sea green over the navy. Maybe I'll use both. Who knows? It's going to be wild. Okay, so before I do that, I need to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. So that is, first and foremost, I have makeup all over me right now. So what I do is I just slide it across like that. I don't know how you're supposed to apply this, but that's how I do it. So I use my ring finger and I gently apply this all on my eye. Get nice coverage all over. So now that that's done, I don't really have to let it dry because it dries pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Naked palette, which is the original Naked from Urban Decay. Ta-da! As you can tell, I use like basically these three colors the most, and like sometimes these ones, like never really these ones. But I'm going to be using, for my base, I'm going to be using Virgin, which is the one all the way on close to my face, so the right. Or if you're watching your left, my right. Okay. Get a little bit of that with, I should probably be using my Naked brush, but I'm not. So I'm just going to take that and swipe it all over my lid. I'm actually going to take that and go all over my eye, all the way up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the eyebrow. We are going to the eyebrow. This is getting crazy in here. Party time has begun. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other eye. Work my way up, outline the underneath of my eyebrow, which needs to be waxed pretty badly because it's like overgrowth going on right now. But yeah, so there's like hair in my face. Okay, so now that, there we go, that's better. Now that that is done, that's all I'm gonna, no, I lied. I will come back to the Naked palette. Time to work on my, now that I have my base on, I'm going to apply this sea green, I'm gonna hold it up this way, sea green eyeshadow from Sephora, which if you choose two, it's just a really cool deal. $26, 2 eyeshadows, and you get this free mini eyeshadow palette just because you buy 2. And then you have a blank one, so you have to spend another $13 to get another one. But it's totally worth it. I suggest you do it because that's what I did. Yeah, so I'm going to use it's kind of more of an opaque color, so it's gonna look like I'm using a lot, but it's really not that much. Okay, so I'm just going to swipe over my eye. As you can tell, it is extremely hard to see the color, but it is there, I promise. As I look closer in my mirror here, it is getting much darker. You can kind of see it looks really light with this camera, but trust me, with this mirror, I'm able to tell. It is much darker than it looks. It's just the type of color, and I think the type of eyeshadow. It's matte. The navy one that I have is kind of shiny, has a little sparkle. Oh, and I see bristles all over my face. I was correct, ladies and gentlemen. I was correct. Bristle City going on. Okay, I think I'm good. No, one more? Okay, one more. Okay, so I'm just going to, sorry, more bristles. Ah, all over the place. Stop. Get off my face. Okay, so I kind of just pat that. So it goes a little bit into my crease, not too much, just covers the whole lid. You can see it kind of goes into the crease and the corners of my eye a little bit, but don't worry because I am not finished yet. So this is not the finished look, but this is what I've done so far. Okay, now to move on. Done with this for now. I'm going to go back to my Naked palette, actually use my Naked brush this time because I was crazy and didn't do it before. And I'm going to be taking Dark Horse, not the Katy Perry song, the eyeshadow color. I'm going to be taking like 2 swipes, I guess you could say, of that. And I'm just going to go into my crease. And don't mind me, I'm using this mirror just to make sure it's looking a-okay. My creases are actually pretty cool. I can keep my eye open and still use my crease. I don't know if other people can do that. I just know I can, so I find that really cool. And it's very helpful when I'm getting ready in the morning and it's like, oh my god, I have to do my makeup, and it's just like I'm like half asleep and I'm like, I need to keep my eyes open. So that's what I do. I keep my eyes open. And look at, there we go. Now that is, I have 2 eyeshadows on. I have the Seafoam Green one and I have the Dark Horse, which is a nice dark shade of brown. Hello there. And next from, I'm just going to wipe this onto my hand so I don't get more color of the nice dark brown Dark Horse on my face. I'm going to go and use Gunmetal and Creep, which are the bottom 2. That's Gunmetal, that's Creep. It's black, it's creepy. There we go. I'm going to use those for the outer corner of my eye to kind of create more of a smoky eye kind of look. And this is something I do basically every day. I create kind of a smoky eye look, and not intentionally, I just really like the way it looks, so I do it. And so I'm going to take 1 swipe of Creep. The other side of my brush, I'm going to take 2 swipes of Gunmetal. So I'm going to use this mirror because it's a little bit cleaner. And I'm going to use the Gunmetal corner of my eye, go kind of into my crease a little. See how I'm using a wiping motion? A very subtle, kind of like brushy, obviously it's a brush, but nice small motions, not long, quick ones. And not long, drawn out ones. I do nice, quick motions just so if I do make a mistake, it's easy for me to fix it. I'm going to repeat that step with the 1 swipe of Gunmetal, 1 swipe of Creep, 2 swipes of Gunmetal. So on the other side, I'm going to start with Creep, work in my inside of my crease, outer of my crease, and then start to use Gunmetal towards the outer corner of my eye. It's kind of gonna meet. I always have to fix my left eye, which on yours is my right eye. With this, I always have to fix because it always comes to a very weird angle while this doesn't. And so now that I have that, I'm just going to fix this out real quick. Okay, so I have that. I am going to now get my... What are you doing, a makeup tutorial? Yes, I am, Mom. Good for you. Say hello to Mom, ladies and gentlemen.
Please, look at it.
That's not pointed towards me, is it? No, it's not. It's not pointed towards you. Calm down. That's my mom. Okay. Now I'm going to use my Smashbox eyeliner, Limitless eyeliner in onyx and or black, and it's like really, I've used this like way too many times, so it's like really small. Sorry, I'm continuing to use this mirror just because it's much cleaner than the one I'm currently trying to use, and it's much easier to look into. This is really bad for your eye. You shouldn't be pulling out your eyelid, but I do it anyway. So don't follow me when I do that. You should just be doing small swipes. I kind of just did longer ones just because I don't know why. I probably should listen to myself and do smaller ones. If I'm not going to do the pulley, I'm just going to let it happen. Okay, now that I've done the top, I just kind of fix it a little. Now that I've done the top, I'm just going to pull this out and make a nice even line. There we go. Now I'm going to do the bottom lid. So I'm half looking into this. Which isn't really working right now. So, and then I also go into my waterline. My left eye, I notice, is way more sensitive than my right eye. This is optional, you don't have to do this because I was not able to do my waterline for so long, but now I can. So I'm actually going to use another type of eyeliner. It's just from Forever 21, it's gel eyeliner, and I'm going to use my angled eyeshadow brush, which I know I should be using my eyeliner brush, but I couldn't find it, so this is what I'm using. And I'm just finishing the bottom lid with this. So it just gets swiped all the way across. Kind of got some sticking out in the bottom, so I'm just gonna fix that with my nail. Repeat on the other side. I hope you can see this because like I'm trying to like not stab myself in the eye at the same time by doing this. Okay, so now that your eyeliner is done, your eyes look nice and big. Did I mention? They look pretty darn good, I think. That's my opinion. So once you do that, I'm now going to move on to, sorry, it is like hot in here and I am like melting. My face is like melting. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I have my voluminous Miss Manga mascara from Maybelline. I think it's Maybelline. Is it? L'Oreal. L'Oreal. Duh. Not Maybelline. And I am also going to use my Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. The first I'm going to use before my Miss Manga, I'm going to be fully exposed and use my fully exposed mascara. And I think everyone makes this face when they're doing mascara. The open mouth, kind of like ugly, weird thing with your lips going on, despite the fact that you're working on your eyes and not your lips. Okay, so as you can tell, this actually works a lot. It adds a lot to my eyelashes. Forgot the word for a second. It's going to be the same to the other side. I do like, I don't even know how many swipes I do. I just do a lot until I feel like it's good. So that's good. You can see both my eyelashes. Word Maddy. Okay. So now time for the Miss Mega. I do. This makes it nice and long and big. And I do pull my eye out for this, which you shouldn't do, but I'll regret it when I'm older. But for right now, it works just fine. Okay. Other side. Okay. Now that that is done, I'm going to go back to my Naked palette, take out my, I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going to go back to Virgin, and I'm just going to wipe underneath my eyebrows a little more, just to add some nice highlighting. Just go back, forth. I kind of do one motion. I go from like, in this case it's right, left to, right to left, but in your case it will be left to right when you wash this. Okay, so now that that is done, we move on to lips, and lips is really easy. So what I do is I take, where is it? It ran away. Oh no, it didn't. I found it. Okay, so I'm going to use my M. Michelle Phan lipstick in Cuddle Up Pink. It's a very nice shade. I'm just going to put that on, smack my lips together, get off all the extra. Okay, so now you are finished. And what I like to do sometimes is add one more touch of my Makeup Forever high definition. I keep wanting to say HD. It is HD, but high definition powder, and I just go over my T-zone, and I go over my cheeks and my jaw, temples. I just go over that one more time, just a nice finishing touch. And with that, you are done. So, like this video, thumbs it up, subscribe if you want to see more. I do lots of things. I like to sing, I like to do hauls, I like to do tutorials. You never know. So subscribe to me if you really want to. Like, well, thumbs up this video and comment below. Okay, thanks. Bye.